Hi guys, welcome to Letsema. This video walks you through how we implement a distributed database system for our microfinance loan management platform. We'll focus on the backend and infrastructure, no front end today, just the core of a scalable resilient data layer. So let's get started. But firstly, why do we need a distributed database? Letsema handles sensitive financial data from credit histories to real-time transactions. So as we grow, we need to ensure scalability, high availability, and performance. And lastly, the ability to use the best database for each type of data. So now let's look at the files that make this possible. We'll focus on the docker-compose file, which orchestrates all our backend database and cache containers. And then we'll move to the setup underscore full file that prepares the environment and configuration files. And then we also have the run underscore full file, which builds and starts the distributed system. And most importantly, we have the backend directory where our Django backend connects to the databases. And we also have the README.md file for quick reference and troubleshooting. So I'll be taking you through the environment setup with the setup underscore full bed. Yeah. And then after that, you'll be able to see the containers running on the Docker desktop app on the right. Yes. So as you can see, the README file has the project structure together with the commands to run to get started. Like everything that you need to get started is in there. So now we'll be opening our terminal and then running the commands, starting with okay, so we first run the setup underscore full dot bat file. This script creates the backend, front end, and the nginx directories. It copies all necessary files into the place, prompts you for database names, usernames, and passwords. It also generates the environment files for Django, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB, and then prepares everything for Docker Compose. So as you can see, we have already started. Yeah, we got the error there because we had to start with a period slash then the name of the script together with its extension, and then we'll see that everything will run smoothly. Yeah, here it goes. And then we start entering the Django credentials of our choosing, and then we move to the database name, the username, and we use the default name for PostgreSQL, which is just Postgres, and the password, we just use any of our choosing, and then we'll go on to do the same for the MongoDB. Yeah, so as you can see, we are entering the credentials, and then the script is running, and everything is now ready for Docker Compose. So now let's go open the docker-compose.full.yml file, which defines all our services, starting with the Postgre database service, which will be storing structured data like loans, transactions, users, and all configured for performance and reliability. And then MongoDB service, which handles distributed document-based data like credit histories and audit logs and runs as a replica set for high availability. We also have the service, which is our Django app, which connects to all these databases using the env variables set up earlier, as you can see, and the Celery service, which handles background jobs using Redis as a broker, and then the NGIX and front end. We won't cover the front end today, but NGIX is here to serve static files and reverse proxy. And then we'll be starting the distributed system with the run underscore full dot bat file. Yes, we want to run that, but because we want to avoid the error, we're going to add the period slash and then the name of the script like we did above. As you can see, everything is starting to run. Yes. Yeah, that's how we bring everything up by running that run underscore full dot bat script, which checks that the setup is complete, runs the docker compose slash app, the docker-compose.full.yml app, and yeah, to build all of them, to build and start all containers, and then it then goes on to wait for the services to initialize. As we can see, it also runs the Django migrations and collects static files, and optionally lets you create a Django super user. And we'll wait for it to finish running. And yeah, so as we wait for our services to start running, I'll take you through how the backend connects to the databases. So let's pick into the backend directory. Our Django settings from the generated env file tell the backend how to connect to PostgreSQL at database port 5432, and then MongoDB at MongoDB port 27017, and Redis at Redis 6379 as our port. So yeah, I'll be leaving the source code and the description in the video description for you to check out. The backend is fully implemented. It looks like our services are starting fine, and they're starting to, yeah, to reflect in the Docker application as well. So we can go ahead. Um, okay, let's wait for them to start properly. And yeah, we can see the logs. Looks like everything is fine. Yeah. And then we can also via the command prompt, looks like the migrations went okay, and then we see some warnings or errors, yeah, about some migrations that were not properly handled, and then we are able to create a super user. Yeah, I think this will be it for today. And we can also check if our services are starting properly by going on and running this command bash docker ps, which will just check the status, and you should see the containers running. They'll show in the terminal as the output. Okay, and one last thing, we were supposed to have two machines, maybe the real machine and a virtual machine on the other side, communicating so that we're sure that the database has been well distributed, but we weren't able to do that part, and the front end isn't fully implemented yet, but it will be, and the source code will be on the GitHub, and I'll leave the link below. And thank you. So that's how Letsema implements a robust distributed database system using Docker, Compose, Post, PostgreSQL with Citus data, MongoDB, and Redis, all orchestrated with a few key scripts and configuration files. This setup gives us the scalability, reliability, and performance needed for a modern microfinance platform. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.